Over to you now.
All right, so Ray, our next guest says, when you get that travel feeling, do not suppress it, do not deny it, act upon it, no matter your age.
Kimberly Jensen is a licensed clinical social worker and here to tell us why it is never too late and you're never too old to travel. Kimberly, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
This segment was just made for Nisha. I'm just going to let you're already bonding over traveling.
I scooted
to
up.
Italy.
I got way too close to her because I was so excited to chat about how you got started, because travel's not your day job.
No, it is not. No. I work with teenagers. I'm a therapist for teenage boys.
Okay, so travel became your passion, hobby, escape. When did it start?
So I was 42 and I had never left the country. And so I decided I'd gone to Mexico for an all-inclusive resort. But I hit 42 and I said I did not join the Peace Corps in college that I wanted to. So I called my girlfriend up that I went to college with and I said, I'm going to Africa. Would you like to go with me? And that started my travel.
That's a big first trip.
Yeah, kind of big.
Okay, but I love that you did that. So I'm about to turn 42, and the only times I've ever been out of the country, Mexico, inclusive resorts, and the Bahamas. And I do have a bucket list, and you think, when do I do that? And you say sooner rather than later. Why?
Sooner rather than later. I think a lot of times in our middle age, over 50, in our 40s, we say, oh, I didn't do it when I was young, it's too late, or I'll wait till I retire, and I'll do it then. Where we need to do it now. When we're healthy, when we are working, we have to fit it in, whether it's on the weekend, whether it's within our PTO, whatever that looks like, but book it now and find somebody to go with. I took my daughter to Africa the first time when she was 16 years old. I took my son to Nepal when he graduated from Utah State. I find excuses to celebrate travel. And so I do book a ticket and then I figure out the details later. I book the airline ticket and then I figure out the details later.
Interesting, because you just take that first step,
yes,
and then the rest follow.
Yes.
So what did you find about yourself when you started to travel?
I found there was a lot of fear and a lot of limitations. As a mom, I felt guilty for leaving my teenage kids. They're not going to be able to be okay with me for 2 weeks. They're going to, I felt guilty, I felt selfish, and I put those self-limiting beliefs on myself. And then I went, and I was a little afraid to go to Kenya on my own with a girlfriend and my daughter, navigating the airport, navigating that country. Hired guides once we got there, and so we're able to do that. But that self-limiting belief to where there was fear, and we always fear something we don't know, right? And so challenging that belief and saying, I'm just gonna do it. Yeah. We get scared to go downtown or something like that. Once you do downtown or you go somewhere, it's no longer fearful.
Okay, so that's my big question, is how do you get over the intimidation? You're thinking, I'm gonna go to a country where I don't speak the language. How do I navigate the airport? How did you get through that and go, it's okay, and make it happen?
My daughter was a great inspiration for me because she started traveling and doesn't know the languages of everywhere she goes, but Google, Instagram, following other travelers, other solo travelers, other female travelers. They've done it before, right? And so that was just like, find out what they do, how they do it.
Wouldn't you say the perspective and the fulfillment of seeing other places, seeing other creatures like this alligator we're looking at in some of your videos, there's something about that you can't get anywhere else?
No, and I always say pictures and the videos never do it justice, because it's this 5 senses experience to be in the moment and just in awe. And as a therapist, we need to find more moments of awe. And we can find those in nature. I'm a big nature nerd.
You're a hiker.
So I'm a hiker. I do plan my travel around hikes. I just did Italy in December, January with my entire family. And it was centered around going and hiking the 5 villages of Cinque Terre and then hitting Rome and all those other places.
What about people who say to you, I don't have someone to go with? What should I do?
Go alone. Go alone. If you wait for somebody to go with, or if somebody cancels on you, just go. Find somebody there when you get there. Get on Instagram, find a community.
Do a tour.
Do a tour. You'll meet a food tour. Great way to meet people. Any kind of tour that when you get to that country, you'll meet people there.
And there is always a way to make it happen, to guide through. And I was going to say, what would be the biggest reason to travel? Why do we need it to add to a big, full life?
To me, it's like just to face your fears, right? And to create a sense of wonder and awe, and also see that we're not as different as we all think we are. So to be able to get out there and experience other people, like moms all over the world just want to take care of their kids and love their kids and feed them. Like the basic universal our universal humanity, and that's where it makes us not be so different.
All
from
right,
each
I
other.
guarantee you have your next trip planned. Where is it?
I do have a trip to San Diego with my youngest son that I'm going to go for Easter.
There you go.
But the next one's going to be Peru.
Oh, I love it. My next is Charleston.
Yes.